This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Down low, Kimmel uses the middle lane. Grant Enfinger still side by side as Krzyzewski will move up.
Boy, nice run on the outside by Krzyzewski as well as Weatherman. How about Krzyzewski going for the lead?
And Krzyzewski in car number 54 down to the inside of Kimmel. Can he do it down the back straightaway? They are rolling down towards the tunnel turn. I think he's got it.
Oh, Weatherman sideways. And around he goes. It takes Kimmel with him.
Two cars into the wall. Grant Enfinger. We also see the 77 of Tom Hessert. A big implications in the points early on here on lap number 1 at Pocono.
Boy, Ray, you talk about only 50 laps here. There's a sense of urgency. This is a short race. And how about Krzyzewski? He's got nobody behind him. Everyone else wrecked.
It's almost identical to what we saw in the Camping World Truck Series today. Matt Crafton gets involved in the early stages of the race today. Our points leader in big trouble, Hessert, with significant damage to the front of his Dodge Charger.
Yeah, that's a brake duct down there. How about Matt Tifft, also that Federated Auto Parts car, also with a lot of damage.
Is on the outside, and here comes Weatherman trying to get the spot.
Yeah, Weatherman had a good run off for turn number 1. He just gets loose here in the tunnel turn. He really forces Frank way up out of the groove. You see the 23 of Enfinger get turned around. I'm not sure he has any contact with anybody. A lot of damage, though, to the 77 of Hessert. Let's ride along with Kyle Weatherman green.
Yeah.
Pretty significant damage to that 25 Menards Toyota.
Yeah, that
look at that right rear corner.
Right.
Oh, trouble for the 06. That's turn number 1. A lot of smoke coming out from under that car.
Tim Bienz from South Daytona, Florida. Looks like they may have an engine going south.
We're going to stay green for now. I'm sure the ARCA officials are checking the racetrack to make sure he didn't put anything down.
He is down to the low side. He's not in the racing groove right now, so hopefully he is able to get to the pit area, and it looks like...
Second time. I talked to her at the driver's meeting this morning. I said, how does that feel coming back to a track? She said, you know what? I like the bumps. They took those out. I thought I had an edge, if anything, there when we're here in June. Turn 2, the tunnel turn's been repaved, 170 feet by 28-foot wide patch. She likes going through there quick, but she said, by entry to turn 3, I've got to work on that. We saw a very textbook pass there. Tony Blanchard is coaching her around this racetrack. She is doing a great job in that number 2 machine today.
Nice run for the 2-car. Phil, we talked about the fact that we had 7 consecutive first-time winners in this division. Well, then we went to Iowa, and Mason Mitchell messed up our streak. But then off to IRP, and Travis Braden wins. So 8 first-time winners. And look at the top of our running order here. We got a couple of guys that could continue the streak.
Yeah, without a doubt, with Cole Custer, Matt Krzyzewski. Right now, Grant Enfinger has pulled himself up into the 3rd spot. Will Kimmel back to 4th. So if this race goes green the rest of the way, it looks like we might have yet another first-time winner. Right now, Cole Custer has opened up a 3-second lead on Krzyzewski.
Cole Custer making his 3rd start in the ARCA Racing Series. He finished 2nd at New Jersey, and as we said, had a problem here at this racetrack back in June, finished 24th. Back to Caitlin Vinci.
Well, you guys were talking about Grant Enfinger, and I chatted with him earlier today. When he got a 2nd place finish here at Pocono earlier in the season, he told me today that he didn't think he had the car to get the win, but this weekend he says, I feel very differently. We brought a completely different package, same race car, but made a lot of adjustments and fine-tuned it. So he's felt confident all throughout this weekend in that 23 machine.
And the engine, Phil, that is in that 23 car today is engine number 20 for the Ilmore people. It won at Daytona earlier this year.
Yeah, that's a great package that ARCA and Ilmore worked together on here. It's an ARCA 396. We saw Enfinger take a shot at the 54 of Krzyzewski. Inside of 10 laps to go right now. Grant Enfinger would love to get another spot here. It'd be another 5 points. If he manages to get to the end of this thing, he's going to have a huge points day with his closest contenders all having trouble on lap 1.
The differential was 70 coming into the day, and right now it's 190 for Grant Enfinger over Austin Wayne Self. So hopefully he can hold his position. It'd be a career day for Matt Krzyzewski. We mentioned that his best finish happened right here at Pocono back in June. He finished 5th right now, running in 2nd. So great day for him also.
And he wants that 2nd spot. He's doing all he can do to keep Grant Enfinger behind him. Grant looks like he may have a better car right now. His guys have worked on that car, made it a little bit better. He's all over the back of Krzyzewski.
Enfinger talked to him in the garage, and I said, you know, I kind of dogged him a little bit when we covered the Indy race. I said I didn't think he was as competitive as he expected to be, and he said, man, I'll tell you, we just were tight all day, and look at this, he's going to make a run. He's going by Krzyzewski. They're going down the front straightaway, and it looks like he's going to try to get second away.
He got a great run off of turn number 3, had that momentum, pulled down underneath the 54 down the straightaway. Let's see what happens. They're going to get to Tom Hessert, going to move up the racetrack. Looks like Enfinger has it.
Hessert has his modified back out on track, trying to kick in a few extra points. He's already gained 2 positions right now with that Valvoline on board.
Yeah, tough break for Tom Hessert. He didn't even get through turn 2 on lap number 1 before he got taken out of contention.
What a tough day for Cunningham Motorsports. The number 22 of Kyle Weatherman spins to get it all started, and then Hessert gets the front end ripped off of his car, and that's going to be a bad day in the points. Let's go back to Caitlin, get an update on car 54.
Well, ever since that last restart, Ray, he's been complaining about how tight his race car is. He just came across the radio and said, my car is so tight that I'm having to steer it with the throttle, which gave Grant Enfinger that opportunity to pass him.
So Enfinger has gone by Krzyzewski, and now the differential between our leader and second place is about 4.8 seconds. Without a caution, is there any shot for Enfinger to get there?
No, I don't think so, because he did not run as fast that last lap as Cole Custer did. Cole's really been just about the fastest car on the racetrack each and every lap, doing a real nice job. But we're not too surprised about that. We see how well he does in the Camping World Truck Series at 17 years old, already with 2 wins under his belt.
I think the most impressive day I've seen him run, we were at Gateway watching a Camping World Truck Series race, and he got knocked out of position, got thrown all the way to the back of the field, and just methodically worked his way back up. And for a young man to have that kind of composure, it was really fun to watch. And as you said, having a couple of victories already is a great feather in his cap, and they're going to take that team and go full-time next year in the Camping World Trucks.
Yeah, don't forget now, that same team we're talking about, that truck team, just finished second. Cole Custer was down in that pits with Joe Shearer Jr. and all those guys when Kevin Harvick drove that Haas Automation Chevy to a second-place finish.
Listening in and learning, no question about it, but to be tied up with Junior Motorsports is certainly a good position for this young man, and he's had a great race car today. As of this point, Cole Custer has led 13 laps, but we're inside 5 to go.
That's a battle for the top 10 right there. Bobby Gerhardt, that Lucas Oil Chevrolet has it. Nick Igdalski's trying to get it, trying to get back up into the top 10 like he was last year.
Igdalski goes to the high side. Gerhardt's going to have it right down glued to the yellow line. Looks like Nick might have a little more momentum coming up off the corner.
Bobby's going to fight him here up off of turn number 1.
There goes the 98. Here's we're back to that battle. Gerhardt and Nick Igdalski back and forth as they go through the tunnel turn and down the short chute.
Boy, Nick's Tahoe sticks down through there in the tunnel turn, so he knew he had enough grip there on the outside. Will Kimmel on pit road. Unscheduled pit stop for Will Kimmel coming fast. Oh, look at that. Left front tire went down, Ray.
Absolutely, and that is going to take him out of a top 5 run as he will bring his number 69 to pit road. And I'll tell you what, they're just about out of ways to find more bad luck for car number 69 than they've had in 2015.
Yeah, just a tough break for Will Kimmel here. We saw him change 4 tires on his pit stop, so it wasn't that he had a lot of laps on that tire, but undoubtedly must have run over something with that 69 car. Jim, what about it?
Well, it came down, not only was it sparking, but a little bit of flame. The rubber got on the header momentarily on this Ford. The Voltland springs forward. Very disappointing for this team. They're trying to just get the tire off and away from the assembly so they can put a fresh left front on to finish this thing.
Well, the bad luck continues for Kimmel Racing. And we're back up front with Cole Custer as he continues to pick him up and put him down with just a couple of laps to go.
Yeah, solid 5-second lead right now for Cole Custer. He just wants this thing to stay green the rest of the way. Remember, the ARCA Racing Series, if the caution comes out anytime, we will restart this race, even if the white flag has been displayed.
Right, a little bit different than the NASCAR policy here in the ARCA Racing Series. Today is event number 14 of 20 in the championship chase. We've had 7 consecutive different champions in the ARCA Racing Series over the last 7 years, and for sure that streak will continue if Grant Enfinger or Hessert or Self win it, no matter how it plays out.
Yeah, 2 to go for Cole Custer right now. We saw Will Kimmel making his way back towards the racetrack. He's going to be out of contention, though, but Frank Kimmel really salvaged. Now, there's Joe Shear Jr., left side of your screen. He just called that great race just a few moments ago for Kevin Harvick with that runner-up finish.
And just to the right of him, that's Rich Lesses, who is the crew chief here for Cole Custer on the ARCA series. These guys have assembled a really great team over there. And they've got a bunch of brand new trucks. Kevin Harvick was here to help them understand their equipment, to give them evaluation and say every little bit of information we can get, the better we can make it next year for Cole.
Yeah, that's in preparation for full-time next year for Cole Custer, and he takes the white flag. 1 to go.
How about this? Cole Custer has won in the K&M Pro Series. He's won in the Camping World Trucks. He's making his 3rd start today in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards, and so far it looks like all he's got to do now is coast it through the last couple of turns. He's got about a 5.5-second lead over Grant Enfinger.
Yeah, looked like he pedaled a little bit down at turn number 1. He wanted to catch this 97 car at the right spot in the straightaway. Don't want to get too close to anybody right now with that 5-second lead.
Custer now will roll all the way through turn number 3. This is the final lap today in the ModSpace 125. Early on, it looked like Matt Krzyzewski was going to give him a really good run, but they dialed that thing in for him, no question about it. So he rolls out of turn number 3, and Cole Custer from Madera Ranch, California will win here at Pocono.
Just another step for that young man.
Yep.
Another strong win. Grant Enfinger has a great point day with a runner-up finish. Matt Krzyzewski gets his career best with a 3rd.
9 first-time winners in this season in the ARCA Racing Series. That is a phenomenal stat.
And what'd you say, 14 races?
Yep.
That is incredible.
9 first-time winners, and Cole Custer adds his name to that list.
How about a list of some of the guys that have won here in the ARCA Racing Series here at this racetrack? How about Ricky Stenhouse, Jeff Purvis, Ryan Newman, Casey Mears, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, and how about the first career win just in this season alone?
Started off with Blake Jones at Talladega, and how about Todd Gilliland? He was just 15 years and 2 days old when he won at Toledo, but now another youngster joins the list. As Cole Custer continues to add to his racing resume, he'll get the trophy today here at Pocono.
Another teenager.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.